Welcome. It is Tuesday, August 6th, 2024. Welcome to the only show about Spartan Dawgs, hosted by Spartan Dawgs. This is Sparta MSU. I'm your host, Jason Strayhorn, along with my co-host, Sedrick, Swervin' Irvin. Woo, you got some echo, man. Where you at right now, man?
Hey, just getting ready for football.
You getting ready? That's right. You better get ready for it because it's only 24 days away. If this is your first time joining us, we welcome you to the show. If this is not, we thank you for your loyalty. And please let us know, where you're watching from. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media handles at the Sparta MSU. Hey, man, Woody once again out there in Hawaii doing his thing. Woody, cowboy over in McKinney, Texas. And hey, baby.
Hey, baby. Some air too fair.
Yeah, man. Got Harriet in the house. Pops Jim Sayre, Penny Harris. Hey, there's a lot of people. Rashad, Rev, Howard.
Hey, straight. When we say Harriet in the house, every time we say that name, we got to show that picture. That got to be a classic. That got to be like a trademark. Anytime you say Harriet, you got to have that picture up or show that picture.
Man, stats and info on the back. You're talking about our producer, Sean. I don't know if Sean has that ready because you did call for that on Thursday. I don't know. Is he up to the task?
Come on, Sean. Anytime we say Harriet, which I'm going to say it a couple times, please show that picture. That's a classic, brother.
What's up, Brad, out there in Austin, Texas? Oh, Steve Smith in the house over in Royal Oak. All that, man. You got to get Harriet ready. So Swerve could call on that. Come on now. I know you got it in. It's in the archives. It's not too deep in the archives. You can find it, fish it out, and figure out what's going on next. But, hey, as we just talked about, Swerve, just 24 days left before the Spartans kick off the home opener against Florida Atlantic in Spartan Stadium, 7 p.m., baby.
And we did our picks already straight, and I got us kicking FAU ass. I need that win anyway because I know a few players and I know a coach on the coaching staff. So I need the bragging rights. I'm already talking trash. I can't wait to send their ass back home. That's going to be a long plane ride on that plane, baby.
Oh, send them back to Boca Raton with an L. Got to have that. Ain't nothing like that. Send them boys back packing down to Florida with an L. But, speaking of our Spartan brothers, we always got to talk about our brothers over at Gray Matter Exchange, Swerve, before we get too far into it. Our people, our Spartans over at Gray Matter Exchange, they're making ship happen. Here's a quick video.
Do you have your ship together? Gray Matter Exchange will audit your invoices to obtain refunds to your accounts. We negotiate the best rates specifically for your unique shipping. We provide you free consultation on small parcel shipping questions. We will get your ship together. Sign up today.
No, hold on. See, when you fighting CTE like me, and I go to my treatments, I didn't hear the ship part. You know what I mean? I would have said the shit, but I had to it go in and out, and then I had to see the commercial, and then it said ship. I thought they said shit. I've been like, hey, Gray, you grew up with me.
Man, making shit happen is making shit happen. They do. That's what they do over Gray Matter Exchange. Great company. Doesn't cost anything to save a lot of money. That's for anybody. Anybody who ships UPS, FedEx, DHL. Come on, man. Who doesn't do that every now and then? Call the people over at Gray Matter Exchange, and they'll take great care of you. And there's a QR code that helps you out and give you a 30-day free trial. Speaking of which, talking about people shipping, getting their ship together, our boy, Heath Baldwin took 10th place in the decathlon over in Paris, France, this past week. What do you think about that, man? Are you talking about he ran, jumped through to a 10th place finish? You're talking about the 10th best athlete in the world, Swerve. And that's the highest, best ever finish by a Spartan in decathlon, topping Paul Tarrick's 21st place finish back in 2004.
I mean, I think that's a great honor. You know, that was the first time. Well, I really didn't see it when they was hyping up when I was younger with Dave and Dan or whatever that was. But, you know, I had a chance to watch him run the 400. I think he ran the 200. I saw him throw the javelin, you know, just to watch and support a Spartan Dawg. He is a Spartan Dawg. And, you know, I had my cheerleader outfit on. You know, I had my pom-poms on, you know, so salute to him. 10th place, we'll take it. I know he's going to continue to train. He'll be back in another 4 years. And we're going to place higher than that because that's just what we Spartans do, you know?
That's right. Next time he's going to be on that podium, man, so he can get a medal. That's what it's all about, getting into these games and being on the podium. Next time, I think it's in Los Angeles, the city of angels. So he doesn't have to fly that far this time, and we'll be able to do an interview. He is planning to come on the show. We talked to his representatives. Heath is going to come on and talk about his experience over there. And I know you want to know what's going on in that Olympic Village. I know that's what you want to know. Oh,
I heard some stories, Stray. You told me something. I did my research, and I got to ask him some questions too, because I want to know if he was just focused or he was in the village doing what village do. You know, but I think since we got 4 more years to LA, I think he need to train with me, you know, in the next 4 years, and we damn sure gonna get on that podium. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Body part of days. Swear going to get you right in the 100, the long jump, all them things. I mean, they do the pole vault. They do all kinds of stuff, man. Great all-around athlete. We're not going to talk about the pole vault because I know enough people have seen the pole vault, the world record last night in the France. You know, everybody's seen the pole vault.
I would have had that same problem, Stray. I would have had that same problem. That's why I never did that event, you know.
Hey, man, speaking of problems, good problems, Michigan State volleyball went over to Chicago to take part in the 3rd annual Big Ten Volleyball Media Days. Great event. Look, volleyball is expanding, man. It's huge. You talk about what happened last year when Nebraska I think it was a year ago, a little over a year ago, they had like 90,000 plus fans watching the game. You know, you're looking at women's basketball, now volleyball, it's exploding. Head coach Leah Johnson, junior middle blocker Evie Dozema, and Taylor Preston took part in the 3rd annual Media Days on Monday afternoon, hosted by the Big Ten Network.
It's funny we talking about that. I was just in the cigar lounge watching the U.S. team, volleyball team play, and I was amazed. I mean, I was amazed because I never really paid attention to the actual play in volleyball. I always, you know, was amazed by the uniform and things like that. But I actually sat there and watched. Huh?
Which volleyball are you talking about? The indoor or the beach volleyball?
Now, the beach volleyball, I never watched the ball. I don't know what's going on with the game. I love to watch. I set my alarm clock to make sure I'm on time. You know what I'm saying? Like Woody. Willie got to set his alarm clock. He's the first one in here. I'll be the first one when anytime beach volleyball is playing, I'm tuned in.
That's right. One of the most popular United States sports in the world, actually, especially when the Olympic time comes around. I don't know why. It's just a very popular sport. Very, very, very popular sport.
I definitely know why.
Man, I'm going to tell you what. There's a whole volleyball. Thank you, Rashad. I see that. Speaking of ball, man, you got a little football going on with MSU football camp that opened up a week ago. I'm hearing a lot of good reports out of there. But one thing that struck me when we were in town for the Spartan Dawgs cons were they don't sleep they don't go into Case Hall anymore. You remember the days when we were in camp and everybody would go across the street, and that's where everybody kind of had to room together for 2 or 3 weeks. It felt like 2 years, but we all had to be in that place no matter what, together to hate each other, but then ultimately bond. But they're not doing that now. What do you think about that?
That I don't get that, because especially if you're a freshman, you know, I think that's a time where I can go back and give you and reminisce, you know, if my CTE let me reminisce to the point where, you know, all the freshmen, we got together, everybody told their lies from high school. Everybody was better than what they, you know, supposedly was. And we sat down there, we played video games. We We showed highlight tapes from high school. We talked about our high school teams, and it even got to a point too where you build that bond. And and I know I sleep hard, I snore loud, and I don't understand that. How can I can't imagine myself getting out of practice, having 2 of days, and have to drive, to Spartan Village or drive 15 or 20 minutes away to an apartment or to a house, and then you only got 2 hours of sleep. And it was times where my roommate and other guys, 33, let's go. Hey,
Right.
man, appreciate it, boy. I would have been late. You know what I'm saying? But to not be together and have that bond, and even when the older guys came, after we had our 3 days of freshman practice and we walk-ons or whatever, then the older guys came, and some of them took us under the wing, told us about what's going on, what to expect, and things like that. I don't get that. And I know a lot of schools, even my son at Stanford, they had to move into the dorms. And I got a kid I coached at Georgia. He had to move in the hotel. So I don't get that. I don't know if that's a Washington thing or not Washington, Oregon State thing. But you can't have that. Matter of fact, I want to ask you, first of all, you couldn't do that with us. Like, how would you do bed check with the Newkirks of the world, the Billy Greens of the world, the Hawks of the world, all those guys, Flozell, and how would you do bed check and with everybody spread out? There's no way IT could have did that. The Underwoods of the world, no.
Oh man, legendary players like Montez Sweat. I heard he set the record. Got player that's much younger than us. He's in the league now. Things are going well for him, but you're right. Like, how do you do bed check if all the players are not in one area? Hey, maybe it's a different breed. Maybe that's what it is. It's a different style, different breed. Guys are able to, mind their P's and Q's. They got to be able to pay attention to detail. Then they're going to sleep at 10 o'clock. Swerve, lights out all across the board. What do you think?
Couldn't happen in '96. You got, like you just said, the volleyball team just went to Big Ten intermediate day. That means the volleyball players is on campus. So you mean you tell me I'm off campus and you're not checking me for lights out? Oh man, I'm sneaking over there. I got to. You know what I mean?
You sneaking over. Wait, come on, man. You can't be doing that. We got camp. 2 of days. A lot of days.
That's why I thank God that we was right across the street. I had to go to sleep, stuff like that. But if you'd have put me in my apartment or my townhouse or my house, there's no way I'm going to sleep at 10 o'clock straight. Matter of fact, I'm not even sleeping in my room.
Right.
That's not even going to happen.
You ain't sleeping in your room?
Not in '96. No.
Would you be? Where would Swerve be in '96 if you didn't have bed check?
First of all, I had a chance to go to a volleyball practice. And you know how we got our uniform to practice in. They got their uniform to practice in straight. And all I'm saying is I saw it in the summer. So at the end of the day, if you're not going to put me in the dorms and you're going to give me freedom, I got freedom. I got to take advantage of this freedom. So I don't understand how them coaches don't have those kids in the dorms right across the street where you can keep your eyes on them. And then think about it. What GA gonna come over and check my room and tell me I wasn't in there when he made the check? You know what I'm gonna do to him when I see him by himself? Right. Let's make it make sense, brother. It wouldn't have happened in '96. I'm sorry, but I'm glad we had the structure that we had because
What? I don't know what you mean, man. Like you gonna threaten the GA?
He better not say nothing.
That's his job, Swerve. That's his job, man. See, we have somebody. Laura's back. Laura's always so smart with it. Lots of schools, I guess, have been required to tracking software on players' phones so they can make sure they're in class curfew. But you don't.
No.
What's going
Laura, no. Laura, you too smart. First of all, we didn't even have no phone. And then we didn't even have beepers. Like, we couldn't afford beepers back. There wasn't no NIL deals back then. So we didn't have nothing you could track. You know what I'm saying?
But now, so maybe that's what it is. As you said, maybe that's the new thing. If they're advanced now they can just track guys without having to send GAs. Do you have to do that at Alabama?
So now listen, no, Alabama, they in the dorms. They're on 2 floors, right? Matter of fact, at Alabama, Saban had a security guard at the elevator and at the doorsteps. So you couldn't come in or none of that. And I'd had to do the check-in. And I can take you back with a story where a player had a girl in his room.
What?
And I saw it. And I saw it. And to this day, what happened was I say, listen, I'm 30 at the time with 2 kids. I said, let me get $100. I won't say nothing.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, Swerve.
We can put him on the show. He'll tell you the truth. Matter of fact, he gave me 50 because he only had 50 at the time. So you know what? I'll take that. You straight. I ain't see nothing.
He had a girl in the room and you looked
Yeah. Yeah, I did the bed check. Matter of fact, it got to the point. The player was like, hey, Swerve, what room you got this week? What room you got tonight? Hey, $50, you got him.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness, man.
And yes, I took the $50 every time. That was my number.
I mean, I'm glad Coach is retired. The GOAT has retired because, you know, as you call him, Jesus will have your ass for that one.
Yeah, it's too late now. It was gonna be my word against their word. When I checked the room, I didn't see it. It must be on the security guard.
You just said on the record that you saw a girl in the room.
I know, but at the time, straight, if he'd have pulled me in the room, I would have said, hey, Coach, when I checked the room, it was nobody in there. I looked under the beds. I looked in the shower. I knew how to go, you know, because, you know, I could have write a book on it, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? I took those $50 every time straight. I told you it got to the point players were like, hey, Coach.
More money doing that than you was from the salary.
Oh, come on. They paying me peanuts. I'm an intern. I got to get it how I live.
Look at that. Dang, Swerve, that's illegal. Slim, just tell
me. We won the national championship.
Hey, man. Wait a minute. Rap snitches telling all their business be in court and they be their own star witness. Swerve. Thank you.
Hey, this is Sparta MSU, and one thing about us too, we gonna tell it like it TI is. We gonna tell it like it is, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I took the $50 and I did it for 2 seasons. And look at our record straight. We went 12-2 and went 14-0. We beat Jesus son in the SEC championship, and we went on to win the national championship. And yes, I let them sneak girls in, and it worked. And matter of fact, one of the Heisman Trophy winner, he had a girl in there too.
Heisman Trophy winners.
Great matter.
Hey, man, hey. So we do the math. We can all figure this out. You know, we can all figure out who the Heisman Trophy winner was when you were at Alabama. Swerve. I mean, come on, man. That sounds like a Flintstone.
Hey, long time ago, man. He married now with 2 kids. He's straight. It was the past. He can't, you know, way before his wife now. So he good.
Look, people are guessing. Wait a minute, hold on. Derrick Henry. Look, I need Derrick Henry. Oh, so everybody's talking about this shirt. I see a lot of people talking about the shirt in the chat, and you know, the one and only Steve Smith is looking for a.
Come on, Steve. You know you don't. Steve do not need a medium. Steve need to stop it, man. I'm tired of every time I see Steve. He got to show his biceps, and then the shirt got to come up to here. And come on, Steve, stop it. But I'm through it. I'm not gonna say nothing. That's just Steve, man.
Hey, man, your girl. So Harriet Dean says I think they're saying Ingram. She's thinking Ingram.
Hey, I don't know. They had a few Heisman Trophy winners. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not saying no name. I'm not saying who it was. All I told you is what I did. And I tell Saban to his face what I did right now. What he would do to me right now? Nothing.
Come on, man. Hey, Swerve. Speaking of what it was like in bed check, I heard you was working with some of the guys, stats and info, and all the technical guys in the back. You were talking about getting a drone. You flew it over. Practice.
Right. So this is what I did because, you know, I can't be in East Lansing, not being on the podcast. I'm so in tune to MSU football like I've never been before. You know what I mean? Before I had a lot of distraction. I was training kids, coaching my sons up, coaching football. So now that I feel like a reporter and a podcaster, because I'm trying to monetize, you know, to get the monetization up, you know. So I'm learning from you, brother. So what I did was I got a drone, right? And I flew the drone from Sarasota, Florida, all the way to East Lansing, right? And so the drone was, and I had a camera here. And so when I flew the drone up, I was able to see practice. And the one thing that I'm excited about, and I'm glad I made my picks, I see the coaches working. They what they doing straight, and you're not getting this. I don't know if you understand this yet, because you haven't done this yet, and you haven't been to practice yet. And I seen practice. I saw the whole 2 hours on my drone. Whoa. What they doing straight, and it made me excited. I can't wait. They're putting their players in the best position to be successful. And you may say, why you say that, Swerve? I say that because watching my drone, I saw Mama Hall's son, who's really a linebacker, and he looked good because he eating his collard greens and neck bones, and he put a little hot sauce on it too. They had him like at defensive end rush, working on his pass technique. And so what that told me as a former player is that they're moving guys around, and I can see him rushing on third down, putting pressure, just like the guy at the Dallas Cowboys from Penn State, moving guys around so they can be successful and help us win and kick everybody's ass. And I like what the coaching staff are doing right now.
Ooh, so what you saw him do? He was lining up in what spot?
He was working on his pass technique. So that what that tell me, we just not gonna keep him in the middle. We just not gonna put him outside just to, you know, to get in the zone and all that. We gonna line his ass up at end, work on his technique, and get to the quarterback. And then I'm so cool with Mama Hall, because when the draft stats go up, come on, Mama Hall, let me get $50.
You gonna look the other way if Jordan, yeah, you know.
Oh yeah, if I was doing bed check and Jordan and I had his room, come on, Jordan, not it got to go up now. I mean, he got to give me at least 500. He got it. Straight when we saw him, he had the Louis Vuitton what they call that, man purse shit.
Yeah.
He got it. Either that or I tell. I don't snitch. I tell, straight. I don't snitch. I tell.
What you tell? What you
I tell on my mama if I got to, but practice went well. Receivers catching the ball, coming in and out of their breaks. Oh, and then on top of that, I don't know if you heard this. You heard what the quarterback said. I'm the best quarterback in the Big Ten.
So Aiden Childs, you know, taken out of context. What do you think? What do you like the confidence out of the young man?
Damn, how they take it straight. Say what you say and say how you feel. And he said he's the best quarterback in the Big Ten. That's how you supposed to feel. And that's all you got to do is back it up now. Football is football, baby. You feel like you got the talent, just go out there and perform and talk your talk.
Hey,
because goddamn it, I said it.
Look, Rolanda said it's like a broke refrigerator. You can't keep shit. At
all, Rolanda. I'll tell it all. Right.
Yeah, you're gonna tell it all, man. Man, we are working behind the scenes for everybody to just get our special guest on the show right now. You know, we're working hard. Stats and Info is working with them in the back. And Swerve, let me tell you one thing. One word, Harriet Dean. Can we do that before we go to commercial?
Oh man, this is gonna be whoa!
We'll be back in a moment after this message from our friends over at IHOP.
$5 all-you-can-eat pancakes are back at IHOP for a limited time, or free with select combo purchase. Only at IHOP.
Hold up, Trey. Hold up. Now, that's my man at IHOP. you know, like his wife, like his kids, love his home. He got the pool in the back. You know, we stayed downstairs. We slept good. We ate good. You mean to tell me he couldn't put me in that commercial?
Hey, man, you got to work on the next one. That's how you monetize your brand, you know? As long as you
come on, Con. Come on. That was my opportunity right there. I could have did that.
Who Asriel, you could do that. Asriel Morgan says straight when you're getting up to see practice. I was just there last week. I saw the practice. I was at practice last week. I seen it, but the drone, I wasn't a part of the drone. Sid did that on his own with stats and info and those technical folks, and he got a chance to see some things that I am not privy to. So, hey.
But straight, the difference between me and them guys down the street, I was watching my own team. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to do no cheat. I was watching my own team so I can come on the show and give the fans the info that they need.
That's what it's about.
Right.
Yeah, you ain't giving out trade secrets. I think I read that somewhere myself that they're already talking about that. But you keeping it close to the vest. You seeing things, but you're not gonna talk about that until after the game and say, what they should have done was this drill with the hula hoop. You should have done more with the bags and less with the bags, more with the tennis balls, whatever it is. But you're not giving out trade secrets. Swerve, I know that. I know you better than that. You ain't doing that
at all.
Practice, man. Look, Swerve, we are tracking down Bad Moon right now. We are tracking him down. I'm gonna tell you one thing, Swerve. I just got to tell you what. Just go ahead, man. You just go ahead and do your player intro that you always do.
Woo! Check this out. I know one of my best friends. They got the tattoo called Flintstones, and they the Flintstones, but he got to be one of the original, the OGs of the Flintstones. We talking about a 3-sport athlete at MSU. It's hard to just do one. I see why he got the name Bad Moon, because he played 3 sports. On top of that, he was 2-time All Big Ten. He was a first-round draft pick. Woo! The boy got his own money. Then on top of that, he was first-team All-Pro. Then it keep going straight. Not just that, he won a Super Bowl. He a Super Bowl champion. He got a ring. And then to top that all off, he started in his own movie. The boy got his own movie. You know what I'm saying? Wide open. And then one of my favorite things is when I saw it, they show it all the time when he was kicking Dion's ass. They was doing all this, doing all that. He was throwing them things, and I was like, yeah. He was tearing Dion's ass up. And I was proud to know that he was a Spartan and I'm a Spartan. And on top of that, straight, bring on Andre Bad Moon Rison.
Woo! There he is. The boy is in the house. Dre Bad Moon Rison joins the Sparta MSU, everybody. What's up, Dre? How you doing, baby? Uh-oh. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Typical Flint. Typical Flint.
Nah, I can see him. I can't hear him.
It's Flint. It's for Flint. He went to Flint. I forgot to say he went to Flint, Northern. That's my fault. So when they go to Flint, Northern, something gonna be wrong with the situation.
What is it? What is it? Mute.
Typical Flint. Trust me, I know it.
You know Flint?
And we ain't talking about the water neither. We just talking about money from Flint. It's just something gonna be wrong with something. I'm telling you.
Man, hey, Tech, you get some technical support.
We can't hear you.
LA Lakers. He got the SD4L.
Did you just see his fingernails? Oh my God.
Dre Rison.
Dre, we can't hear you, brother. I'm gonna blame Flint, man. I ain't gonna blame you. It's the culture in Flint. Something got to be wrong with something.
He ain't even in Flint right now.
Oh, but he's from Flint. That's all that matters. It don't matter where you go. You from Flint, you're gonna have some kind of problems or issues.
I know. Wait, where the babies at? They got to be able to help you. I know the babies can.
Yeah, Go ask somebody to help you with your phone. You know.
Can't hear. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Dre? You can hear us. Yeah. There they go.
Sign language.
Hit the speaker button. Hit the speaker button on your phone. We're going into the Rison house. Hey, we're going into the Rison house. Family, come on. Rison family. Let's throw some. We're going to the kitchen. Okay.
Nice house.
Nice house.
How about we text you the questions and you text us the answers?
I feel like we're on MTV. Oh, he's going into. Look at this. Hey, man.
Okay, we're gonna continue this interview next month when you find out how to use your volume on your phone.
Man, it's gotta be. Is there a speaker button?
Oh shit! Hey, that's Andre Rison for you, family.
Swear, you just lucky you got somebody there helping you with yours. See, you do. You lucky as hell.
Oh shit! All right, back to the regular program.
Oh man.
Commercial break. Oh shit. No.
Hey, everybody's glad you amused.
Oh man, they just don't understand. I mean, I know a lot of people from Flint. I had the opportunity to spend a lot of nights in Flint, so I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it.
You spent a lot of nights. What the hell was that? Drugs?
Oh man.
Yeah. You see that, hey baby? Right. You were just calling Amari last week, screaming and hollering, Amari! And now you man. You making fun
He better get him Amari then.
Man, squirm wilding out.
Oh shit. Oh man. Man, I'm sorry. If y'all don't see the humor in that, y'all got a problem, man. That is funny to me. That's Andre Rison for you, family.
And you was just, I mean, man.
All right, so the show shall continue.
I'm gonna tell you what, that was one hell of an intro you did for him.
I shocked myself on that one. I mean, but if I'd have knew he was gonna have value problem, I would have brought him in that way so the people could have knew that, you know, something was wrong with his farm.
I mean, you know, we talking about a man. He's the only guy, I think he said he's the only guy in NFL history to score a touchdown with 7 teams. I mean, we got a bona fide legend here. And we got to get these technical difficulties worked out. We're working it back behind the scenes. How's it going back there? Producers, can we hear anything?
No, how about we do this? Harry Dean.
Oh, Lord. Down there in Mobile.
Yes, indeed.
How's it going down there in Mobile, man? While we waiting on How's it going?
Hey, first of all, it's 110 degrees, and I'm out there in the sun every day working straight. It's got to be a better way, man. It's got to be a better way. But when you see a picture like that with Miss Harry Dean, it brings joy to my soul, you know? It brings joy, you know? I want to know, hey, baby, how things going in Buffalo? How my man doing out there? What she say in the chat? Let's talk to the chat right now while we wait on Bad Moon.
Check Stray's volume. Yep. Glad to assist. There you go. Yeah, okay. You checking in with everybody in the chat right now? Or we waiting on him?
Yeah. We got Penny Harris. Penny Harris, how things going down there where you at? And also, hey baby, we got Rolanda. We got my man out in Hawaii. Y'all, I want to talk to the chat right now while we wait on Bad Moon, because I got some questions for Bad Moon. And there's a reason. See, this is how God works, Stray. He knew the question that I was going to ask that probably wasn't ready to, should have been asked. And he probably wanted me to think about what I was going to ask and question myself, because I was going to ask, because I want to know.
What kind of questions you going to ask him?
Why? It's Northwestern, not Northern. Said I said Northwestern. I didn't say Northern. Northwestern, Northern is Flint. Who? Matter of fact, the school's not even open no more. So do the math.
Damn. Oh man, why are you laughing at the school being closed? Man, come on, Swerve.
Because when you got a best friend that talk about Flint and Oil and this and this, and the good part about it, they still have school reunion. And they have it at the school, but the school is not open. I mean, the school got weeds and they got all the trees, the grass is this high. The only thing about it, I know they can't, I'm not going to say nothing about the water because I know that's sensitive. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, man, come on, man. Come on now. You saying they still have reunions? You saying they shouldn't have reunions?
At the school is closed. The school been closed, I think, for the last 2 or 3 years, maybe more. I'm telling you, man, Flint is a nice place to visit, but you don't want to live here. Nah, I love Flint, man. I love Flint, man.
Dayton family, the top authority, MC Breed. I mean, some of the best.
And the thing about it too, for Flint to be so small,
yeah,
they done breed a lot of professional athletes and still doing it. So I give them their props, but it's a lot of humor in Flint too. So I love Flint. Don't get it. I used to go to the beach. I love Flint. I love Flint. Flint remind me of being down in Miami, but it just sometimes.
Can we hear you?
Nope.
Hey,
Hey, turn it sideways.
I see they spelled your name wrong.
No, don't tell him to turn the sideways. Just be happy with what we got, straight.
Okay,
hey, man, would you tell him, please? You get that out of big fellas. Big fellas always want to be sexy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, go. You know what I'm saying? Go rush the passer, man. Please get the ball back, man.
We blocking. You know what
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Big fellas, go block. Go get. You already know, big fellas for me got to go get the ball back.
Hey, look at
Go get the ball back.
Yeah.
And then
when you're talking to Bad Moon, you got to put the glasses on because you talking to somebody who cooler than a fan, baby.
Hey, you already know it. And then when we get in the huddle, see, Sid got that deep down south bottom. We call it Fort Lauderdale swag. You know what I'm saying? I learned it early in the game. Before he was even born, I already had 954 swag. The bottom. I was already listening to Luke, 2 Live Crew, Jam Pony Express.
Come on.
I was broke in real well by the great Lorenzo White and them boys out of Dillard High. So, I've been hoping for a long time we can strike a pipeline again, maybe down there through Billet, to pull something out of there, bring it to East Lansing. But unfortunately, we've been falling short of that one. But maybe one day in the near future, we can hit that pipeline again and pull up some Sedrick Irvins and some
Come on,
Lorenzo White,
come on,
some
man. I don't know if we can get another say it, but it's something down there that we can do something.
Some Highland Hicksons, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
What's happening?
McAllister's. Hey, remember Bobby Mack? Now that's your quarterback. He's from down there.
That's Pompano. I still don't know how to spell Pompano.
Pompano. Now, hey, Dre, man, thank you for coming on the show, man. We appreciate it. We know you're busy, man. You got a lot of stuff going on, bro. But we want to talk to you, man. Because Swerve was talking about it with Flint and everything, man. Talk about your time, man, coming up as a youngster down in Flint and playing basketball, football, track, all of that. Who got you started playing sports in general?
I mean, it was just, that was the thing to do coming up in the inner city. It was one way to get a scholarship, academics come first, church, especially back then, church, it was church, family, academics, and then sports. And so you just fall in line and follow suit. And I think that's what we've gotten away from. I think we done fell so far off the grid of what it took to cut the grass and mow the lawn and just the small ethics that make up a student athlete when he's competing in the 4th and 5th and 6th. It's to turn so much into business. We done forgot the aspect of the actual coaching of it and the blessings and the opportunity to advance your education, not just just not athletic wise, but academic wise as well. And so we hit a rut. Me being a coach for over the last decade on the high school level and a taste of the collegiate level up at Michigan State during the D'Antonio era. I got a chance to learn about, the academic side of it. So we were blessed coming up because that was a main stippler in the household. A lot of households had 2 and 3 people working in them in General Motors. And so it enabled you to be a student athlete, go learn and then listen to your coaches. And you had to be, coachable if you wanted to be great. And I just didn't want to be good. I wanted to be great. So the whole nother mindset comes with that because it's a lot of good players. In order to be great, you have to tap off into a different type of mindset.
100%. You got two great skill players here on this podcast right now. This is Spartan MSU. But Dre, man, when you were at Michigan State, when you transitioned from Flint, you followed your boy Ingram to Michigan State. You talk about 2 guys from the city of Flint. Now, if you want to include Courtney Hawkins, the 3rd receiver from Flint, all 3 of you, you and Ingram went first round out of Flint, out of Michigan State. Courtney would have went first, but I think he got drafted in the 2nd round by Tampa Bay, but it was their first pick in the draft. While you were at Michigan State, man, I hear people playing 2 sports. That's a big deal. You played 3?
Yeah, my NIL check just would have been out the chain. I'd have been on one end, I'd have been Travis Hunter. You know what I'm saying? On the next end, I'd have been in the Olympics this week. And then on another note, I might have been in the NBA summer camp. You know what I'm saying? So, God is great, man. I was gifted. I was blessed with all kind of talent, but more than anything, he blessed me with the patience to listen and learn from them great coaches I had at Michigan State. No matter what sport it was, they all coached different. My track coach was totally different. And, I made all Big Ten in track and was sitting in the stands and didn't even know it. And they tapping me on my leg like, look, they ain't going to give you your medal if you don't go down there and stand on that podium. And I'm like, what? They like, yeah, you made all Big Ten, dog. They didn't want to tell me, but they told me. That's my own teammates. And that was as a freshman. And then I found myself playing basketball. We won the Rose Bowl, and I played in a basketball game like 24 hours later. So, I like when I hear the stories about my great friend Dion Primetime, Coach Prime. how he played in the World Series and then played in an NFL game with me as a teammate, I was like, man, I had did that like very similar when I was in college. I had played in the Rose Bowl, won the Rose Bowl, landed, and they saying no, I was on a plane headed to Minnesota to suit up for a Big Ten basketball game. So, and I hadn't shot a ball in 6 months, 7 months. So it was just back then you just did what you thought was right. We didn't know nothing about licensing. We didn't know nothing about. I'm the first person to ever say Spartan Dawg. Myself and myself and Troy Woody. I'm the first person to ever say Spartan Dawg. We know the branding deal that went down. We know the licensing deal went down. We know who all did all of this, all of that, wherever. I am the first person to ever say Spartan Dawg, and everybody know it. So, with that being said, I felt like that S was all not just on my chest. That S was running all through my veins because I gave you my whole high school collegiate career. I dedicated, I committed to the institution of Michigan State. And so, I always felt a certain way. I still feel a certain way about the college. I watch closely on all the sports. I believe I can. I believe I should. I should be entitled to that. I'm not saying it should be granted, but I should be entitled to that thought process, being the athlete I was. And so it makes it hard sometimes to listen to people when they just be talking because they just be talking. And I've been coached by some of the greatest coaches ever walked the campus of Michigan State in East Lansing. And so that's why I lay my hat at. That's why I lay my coaching. My book of knowledge comes from Michigan State. It comes from George Perlis, Nick Saban, those guys, with a host of other great coaches they had along with them that showed us how to win, showed us how to become champions, showed us how to be professionals on and off the field. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, but that was one college that I could say out of all the colleges out of all the colleges that I visited and watched and scouted. It wasn't just because Carl Banks, Lonnie Young, Mark Ingram, Dino Belt, Mike Sargent, all those guys are from Flint. But it also was the guys that was from Fort Lauderdale that opened their arms up as the brotherhood. The brotherhood was so strong and enabled to be a Spartan Dawg. People really needed to go find the true definition of how it started and where it was generated from, just like you go find out anything else. Go find out for real on how it was originated and the original of it and the belief in it. And you'll realize what 300 really means and what it means to be a Spartan, what it means to be an underdog and take on the challenges that we took on to make our institution a household name, a prominent figure, not only just in football, but basketball, baseball, hockey. It didn't matter. We balled out for that. What's behind Jason, that Spartan head. That's what we balled out for. And so I believe one day we will get back to that, but it's going to take not just somebody being hired and brought in as a head coach and him bringing in his staff. It's going to take a wealth of former players to bring back the spirit, to grace those sidelines, to bring that energy. And it got to be welcome too, though. Everybody's not perceived as well, when they, walk on a former campus, but yet somebody is in leadership and they don't know each other. And so I think that bond and that bridge has to be broken, like in a vast way and also a major way, especially with NIL deals out here now. We need to use all our attributes, use all our people that we got across the country and can recruit. You got the portal now. We didn't have those type of things. You got a portal now, and it all depends on how our leadership wants to handle rebuilding our program. But when I sit from afar and I watch, and my own child played for Michigan State, and we got a lot of former guys where their kids came back and graced those sidelines. But I think the former players need to do it more. I think we need to do it in a humongous way and an elegant way too, though. We got a lot of guys that played in the National Football League. We got a lot of guys that got wealth of knowledge that can be intimidating at times when, we all walk up and it's like, wow, it's 15 first-round picks over there. It's a wealth of knowledge there that the guys that's on campus now can grab from, man. And so when I see other colleges do it, I get mad. And I believe I got the right to get mad. But I'm enjoying life. God's been good, man. I'm the head coach at University Liggett in Grosse Pointe, and I got a 4 or 5 guys being recruited by the Ivy Leagues, a couple by the Big Ten, and looking forward to this season coming up. First game, August 29th.
Just right around the corner. That's a Thursday, right before the Spartans open up on the 30th.
See, Bad Moon, you just gave me the confirmation of how I've been feeling and the stuff I've been saying. But, I was one of those that kept my mouth closed. But you know what? You said everything that I've been thinking for us, former players coming back, those who have the knowledge, those who even have the experience of coaching and coach at other colleges but didn't get the chance or the opportunity to even do it at their own school. And then I do get pissed off when I see other guys that played at their university and they come back and, the Archie Densons of the world get to be the running back coach and this and this. And I totally agree with you, man. But I watched the show, This is Sparta, I don't know when it was, but they had Low White on the show and he was telling his stories. Give me a Low White story, man, because he talked about you where, coach yelled at you, yelled at the coach, or you did something. Man, give me a Low White story, because every time I see Low White, I let Low White know, you only got that record, brother, because I left early. If I didn't leave early, yeah, if we're going to tell it like it is, let's tell it. But give me a Low White story, man, so I can use it every time I see him, because I'm tired of this shit.
Well, I tell you what, I tell you, first of all, one of the codes in being a dog, a Spartan dog, is family members don't compete. So when you didn't play in that game, you ain't break the record. I mean, that was something that was family. That was all family. That's like me being in the huddle and him, he just ran the ball 49 straight times, and he come in the huddle talking about, man, they coming to you. I done gave up by now, I done gave up by now. But I tell you a good one is we in the Rose Bowl, and we kind of know we got the game wrapped up. And so the band is playing, and I don't know what I was thinking about. I was thinking about something. I know what I was thinking about. I was thinking about, man, they told me we couldn't go to the Rose Bowl. We won't never make it to the Rose Bowl. Michigan State had been to the Rose Bowl in 20-something years. And I was standing in the middle of the rows. Like, I didn't go to USC. I didn't go to UCLA. They was on me heavy. And I'm standing in the middle of the rows like, dog, we done won the Rose Bowl. And he like, no, man, no, listen to the band. Listen to the band. And that's that Florida stuff. You know what I'm saying? They into that music. So he's like, listen to the band. I'm like, man, forget the band. But he was like, nah. It was dead serious. So, me and him used to like just be in a whole nother world, man. He was a super great. He was a super great collegiate player and had a great career. Should have won the Heisman. And then also had a great, pro career. That's my dude, man. One of my best friends, one of my brothers for a long time. Gonna always be one of my best friends and brothers. Taught me so much how to be the guy, but yet be humble and be quiet enough to not campaign to get elected and be caught up in the wrong stuff where it just takes you out. A prime example to learn from is Franco, Lorenzo White. That's for sure. Always been a class act. He about the only teammate, I promise you. I played with Marcus Allen. I played with the greatest running backs you could possibly play with. I played with Eric Dickerson. I played with Mike Rozier. And I mean,
you ain't play with me though. You left me. You ain't play with me.
I didn't play with Seti, baby. I watched every game though. I watched every game. I watched every move. I watched every shake and bake. I even watched every hit he took. You know what I'm saying? So, because every hit he took, I took. You know what I'm saying? So in saying that, he the reason why my pro career went the way it went. Because if he hadn't been there to keep me insane when he was carrying the ball that much, there's no way I would have been able to stay focused enough in college, playing 2 other sports. I would have just said, you know what? I'm going to take my shot at the NBA. I'm going to take my shot at the Olympics and go for the Olympic trials and long jumping. and I wouldn't even try. I would have went to the CFL. I was headed to the CFL. And
Wow.
Lorenzo wasn't even coming to practice. He was so busy and up for so many awards and had so much stuff to do. He rarely was at practice, you know. And so it took a lot of friendship, a lot of trust, because he would just come and he just ball out. And it wouldn't be nobody that come in front of me that I wouldn't block for him, you know. So the greatest running back in college that I've ever seen, like in person. You know, and I watch a lot of cats run, and I praise a lot of guys, and you know, I got a lot of flowers for a lot of guys that don't get their flowers. Like Seti, she deserved way more flowers than he deserved. But you know how the game is, man. If you ain't pushing your own brand, ain't nobody gonna push it.
Right.
Yeah, if you ain't pushing your own brand, ain't nobody gonna push it. So, won't nobody see Say's great runs, tough runs. Decisive moments in the game, and Irvin does it again. You know, people need to know that. And so I believe how technology transitioned and gave us the YouTube and gave us the podcast and gave us the opportunity. Man, me and Dion used to be so ahead of the game on just mass media and how to be yourself and how to speak up for your talent, because nobody else will, you know. And so, you know, shouts out to you and you guys' podcast. And, you know, hopefully I get on here again and we get on here at a good time and we be the one a game at Liggett.
Yeah, that's true. So we're going to ask a question from the chat. Tyson, he's asking this, you know, several times. He's adamant. He wants to know, did you play with Bobby Worthington?
Yeah, Big Bobby. Yeah, I played with Big Bobby.
Okay.
Yeah, Bobby was a monster.
Okay. All right. So on that, you know, you played with a lot of great players, you know, and when you look at your time in the NFL, you got drafted by the Colts. You're I think you're like the only guy who ever scored a touchdown with 7 different NFL franchises. When you look back on your career, do you think you deserve to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame? We do.
You know, you see my hat changed. It went a little bit more over my eyes.
You're looking at some highlights.
Man, you know, it was something that mentally I chased. My heart, my stomach. The game itself and the people know. You know what I'm saying? I retired top 10 all time pretty much in every category. And so that speaks for itself. Whatever reasons, and for whatever reasons, it's been 20 plus years. I just was nominated in 22, which I'm grateful for and thankful for. But man, I got a beautiful wife. I got beautiful daughters and sons and grandkids, and I'm coaching. I'm on fire right now. And so that will be a great monumental moment, not just in my life, it'll be in a lot of people like that supported me. But for the work I put in and for how I dominated in the league, for somebody to tell me I wasn't Hall of Fame, that ain't fair. You know what I'm saying? Like when you cut the TV on, Deion Sanders and Andre Rison had taken over. Nobody had ever graced the field and challenged Jerry Rice. So I don't have Joe Montana. I got what I got. And I'm putting up 50 touchdowns in 5 years, 60 touchdowns. I got the most catches and touchdowns for the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years in the league. What y'all want me to do? I don't play with the 49ers. I don't play with that top team yet. And as soon as I got with the top team, it took me about 40 seconds to get in the end zone. And we won the championship. And it's just clear as day. I've played in AFC championship games. I played in Super Bowls. I've scored in every playoff game almost I played in. But that's I don't win you championships, you know. And so I used to go to Pro Bowl every year. I don't run Pro Bowl MVPs. I mean, what do you want me to do? So it shows you that it takes a team to win a championship. Randy Moss scored 22 touchdowns, and Bill Belichick didn't even sign him the next year. He went undefeated to go to Super Bowl. It's a business. So I look at it, the Hall of Fame as a business. Like, okay, well, if that's the case, I know I ain't that much of a bad dude to not warrant me to retire top 10 in some categories. I was top 5 all time.
Yeah.
I got more touchdowns than Calvin Johnson. But y'all Megatron, y'all Megatron, but I got more touchdowns than him. Y'all playmaker, Michael Irvin, playmaker. I got more touchdowns than him.
Yeah, more than the Irvin.
Yeah. And that's my baby. Me and him will wrestle on the beach in the sand and everything. Volleyball, we fight like tooth and nails to who got the most catches and yards and touchdowns. He know that. He just got more Super Bowls than I told you.
But Trey, that's the thing I'm talking about too. When we talk about our own school, you know, what's the criteria of being in the Michigan State Hall of Fame? You know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to you, but
it took me years to get in. You know, I'll never be in the Ring of Honor. You got to be, I believe, in the College Football Hall of Fame to get in the Ring of Honor, and that's kind of like weird. Because I know who rocked the stadium. I know who packed the stadium. I know who sold tickets. I know who sold number 1 jerseys. Number 1 jerseys wasn't sold at Michigan State before Andre Rison came up there and put the number 1 jersey on. And all of a sudden, number 1 jerseys were sold, and they still being sold to this day.
100%.
Not Moose Muhammad, not the great Charles Rogers, not the great. Nah, they followed suit. But I'm thankful they followed suit because they knew they was getting ready to put a dog jersey on. And that blessing was gonna be in it, and they was gonna play beyond their blessings. They was gonna play beyond. God was gonna that jersey right there. That number been blessed. You put that 1 on in Michigan State, man. That's a blessing from God, like unreal. Because the truth is, the root of it is that number 1 was told, yeah, you come to Michigan, we'll give you number 1. We'll take Anthony Carter's jersey out of retirement. And I told him, no, don't take it out of retirement. I'm gonna create my own number 1, and that's what I did. I promise y'all, and that's when the dog started. I promise you. I promise you. Somebody owes some checks, some big old checks. Somebody owes a big old check.
You ain't bullshit.
Somebody owes a big old check, man, and they know it too. A couple people owe us big checks though, but we don't be tripping on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I came out with the Spider-Man stuff with Kansas City, right? The first person to hit me up was Stan Lee, the super great Stan Lee, great friend of mine from Marvel, the creator, and I couldn't believe it was him.
Dre, I'm gonna ask. So you talked about the number 1 jersey, okay? And are we on right now?
Nah, he what's that? What they call it when you pause like that?
Just like you like to do. He froze. Is he good?
Nah, he ain't good. Typical Flint.
Oh, no. No,
thank God we got what we got in. I knew it was gonna be long.
No. Man, you got a party going on over there, man. He froze up a little bit. I think he's there.
Now that's the Flint Wi-Fi.
That's the Flint Wi-Fi?
Yeah, it only gonna last for so long.
Okay.
Matter of fact, they probably was using the Wi-Fi from another city, Grand Blanc or something like that, and somebody hit the switch and
Grand Blanc or something like that. Well, you've been at it too long in Flint. You and Cleve done put you up on all the nooks, all the corners. He done showed you the way.
Hey, but you know, it was great, man. Just to hear a great one like that talk, man. And when he speaks, he's speaking from the heart. He's speaking from his spirit, and you can tell he got a lot of stuff in him that he wanted to get out. You know, so I thank you for the platform, man, because he could have easily had another hour where he got some shit he want to say. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I wish, he could. There's a lot of things when I ask him. He clearly, I'm going to ask him the question. I think we know the answer. If I ask him directly, who does he believe is the greatest receiver of all time in Michigan State history?
Shit, you wasting your time answering that.
I just want to ask. I just want it on record. We want to ask him on record, man. I'm 99.9% sure what he's going to say. You know,
Shit, I'm 100% sure what he gonna say. Hey, baby.
Hey, man. Hey, there's did Low White tell a story about Dre Rison getting slapped? Yeah, there we go. Here's
But you know, one thing I want to say straight, it's not about former players feeling like they have the right to do whatever they want to do on the campus or whatever it is, come back and this and this, that, and that. But when you got guys that can help the program in so many ways, you know, you got to use that. You know what I'm saying? And I never forget, man, it was times where guys were going through you getting recruited, your own visits, and they call guys. You know what I'm saying? They call guys. Like I called Mark Ingram when I was at Memphis recruiting a guy just to tell him, hey man, tell him how I coach. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like with you know, hopefully this new staff will do it or whatever, but it hasn't been done in the past. And that's what a lot of guys are saying. Like, hey, let me help the program however I can, because we got so much love for the program. And that's what I get out of a Bad Moon when he was talking. Like, you know, he feel like he give him a shot. You know, shit, sit him down, let him have an interview. You know, let him talk his way out of the job, if anything. But at least you gave him an opportunity to at least interview or have a shot, and you go from there. But not to give.
Go ahead. Yeah. Not
to give guys a shot, an opportunity to at least come back to have that, you know, like look at the AD. You know what I'm saying? And the AD get the job. You got a whole lot of guys. I didn't even know the AD personally, but I'm calling in. Hey, man, you know, such and such, you know, give him a shot. You know, I'm pulling for him. I support him. You know, I had people calling me out of the blue. I didn't even know. Hey, how do you feel about such and such? And I lied because I didn't even know him. I'm like, yeah, man, he's a hell of a guy. I think, you know, yeah, if you get the job, would you support? Yeah, I'll come back. And I didn't even know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know. I never met him before when I was playing or whatever it was. But I get a call, someone asking about a former player that was before me. And all I'm saying is, you know, if you got an opportunity and you got guys that's qualified, give them a shot. Give them an interview. Now, at least I can say, you know what? They gave me an interview. I wasn't good enough. I messed up in the interview. But they gave me a shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, to each his own, man. It is what it is. Like he said, you know, we still blessed. We still breathing. We still doing what we're doing. We still support the school because, you know, we love it. We bleed it. And that's what it is.
I mean, you said it best right there. I mean, you said there are so many phenomenal players. I mean, I'm not just talking about, oh, they're good. They were good on Saturdays in Spartan Stadium. I'm talking about all-time great collegiate players that wore the green and white and played on Saturdays that people in Spartan Nation cheered for. I'm talking about Hall of Fame caliber, NFL caliber, all-time great collegiate player caliber players that wore the green and white, that won opportunities and want to continue in coaching and things like that. I mean, I get what you're saying. I totally get it. You know, like coaching isn't what I wanted to do, but for guys like you, guys like, you know, Bad Moon Rising, who's doing it right now, you know, I mean, Cleves, guys like that you know can make a difference in young men's lives. I mean, you see it every day. You know, you see it right now with how you raise your own sons. I mean, you're seeing it. There's a lot of guys that we play with, guys that are older than us, guys that are younger than us, that are kicking ass out there, man. And all it is about an opportunity and being able to stick together as one. And that's all that we can hope for as a society, as a Spartan nation, that we could all give each other an earnest opportunity to make a difference. And qualifications are there.
Right. My perfect, like, you know, it don't have to be my way. You know, it ain't got to be Swerve way. You know, I just give suggestions. Like if you got a big time defensive lineman coming in, you know, why not bring a Robert Smith back? If you got a big time linebacker, a Hall son coming on the visit, why not get a Julian Peterson back? You know what I'm saying? Why not, you know, you got receivers coming in, big time receiver. Why not get a Andre Rison to come back, a Plexico Barrett, Gary Scott, those other guys too that can come back and tell those kids what this school did for them and what it mean to them. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You can go across the board with Michigan State. You get it. You know what I mean? You go to Florida State, you always see a Peter Warrior back. He's on the sideline, you know, at the games and everything. These guys, you see it at University of Miami, the Edgar James and all those guys, the guys stay on the sideline. You know, it's time when it's time for us to go on the sideline. Oh man, you got to call this person. You got to all this. They got to pat you down. This and that. And I'm like, come on, man, are you fucking serious?
Right.
I can go to the University of Miami game and walk on the field and everything with no problem. You know what I'm saying? Mother, give me free hot dog. I'm like, oh man, I'm scared. I don't want no hot dog.
Right.
I go to Michigan State. Oh, they stop you. You got this person there stopping you with a vest on. Like, are you serious?
Right.
Stop me again and see what happens.
Well, those are things that we're trying to get better at. Obviously, you're going all the way back to Bubba Smith days. Where things like that have happened and it's caused these rifts. But even into the younger guys, the Devin Thomases of the world, the Tony Lippett's, BJ Cunningham, guys like that. There's all kinds of guys who have contributed in a big way, that need recognition and to be known and to be welcomed back into the family, into the fold, no matter what the circumstances are, because of what the blood, sweat, and tears that they shed in Spartan Stadium. Swerve, look, this platform, we always talk about this. You and I talk about it privately. We talk about it publicly too. This platform is not only, to have some fun and bring a community of Spartans together, but it's also to give younger players an opportunity to get better at this whole media thing. And also guys that are, past players, an opportunity to come back and people can reminisce and see them. And then you can hear and feel their spirit, man. And today, we're able to have a guy like Andre Bad Moon Rising on this particular phone call and this podcast today. A guy that's mimicked after your own heart. I know he's from Flint, and you from the 305. I know he was talking 954, and I know that was burning your ass. I know.
It was killing me.
I know it was killing you.
It was killing me.
And I appreciate you biting your tongue, because there's in the big scheme of things, we all Spartans. That's the thing, man.
But when you from Miami, don't compare me to fucking Fort Lauderdale, Pompano Beach. None of that shit. Hawk or none of it. I'm from Dade County, 305. It ain't no 954 in my area code. I don't want to hear that. Don't compare us.
He meant well. He was.
But since you, my big brother, you my mentor, I kept it in. You told me to, let the people talk.
Okay.
Woosah. And I pat myself on the back because I was finna, I was finna.
Yeah, I'm pat you on the back too, bro. That was a great job. Swerve.
No, just let me borrow $20.
Hey, man, I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. So does Kirk Cousins, because we're getting a lot of people asking for different people. Everybody get Percy Snow, Kirk Cousins, Bubba Smith. You want Bubba too? We can't get Bubba. He's already gone. I'm sorry, guys. But Swerve, we're going to move this on, and we're going to get him back on another time. We're talking about Bad Moon Rising, because he's a coach at University of Liggett over in Grosse Pointe. He's doing his thing. We got to get him up to the collegiate level. I mean, he can do some big things, and we got to get him that gold jacket. If he gets a gold jacket, this is Sparta MSU will be in Canton when he gets that gold jacket. There's no doubt about it, because he deserves it. It is long overdue, Swerve. Final thoughts before we get up out of here.
One thing, we got to hurry up and get him, because I don't know if you saw when he took off his hat. He might as well come on home like us and get a ball here, because I don't know what that shit is he got up there, but I'm glad he would. So we got to hurry up and get him, because, he fighting it.
He is definitely fighting it. For Sedrick Irvin, I'm Jason Strayhorn. This is Sparta MSU. Everybody have a good night. God bless you. Go green.
Go white.